Yeah, hi. We'll start with this introduction today. Okay. So, what we are going to learn today is Tekla structures introduction. Okay. So, BIM. What is this BIM is exactly? Nowadays, you can see there are many BIM softwares available in market or the civil industry. And this BIM concept was started way back in 2019, and it has gained a lot of publicity now in civil industry and civil detailing softwares and designing softwares. Hmm. For example, your Revit, SP3D, all these are coming under this BIM software now. Tekla is also part of this BIM. huh? So what exactly this BIM is? So I will explain you right now. BIM means it starts with B. B stands for the building. Hmm. Now building here means it is a general concept like a structure. In civil engineering, we call it as a structure or a building. So B stands for that building. Okay, and building, all kind of buildings are there available in steel structures. Right. So there are shade type of buildings are there, commercial, residential. Huh? Different kinds of buildings are there. So all those buildings are covered in this beam. Okay, and I stands for information. Information regarding the structure or the building. So this information is about the building. Okay, that information we will be manipulating the information, or for easy understanding we can say that we are handling this information and creating models with this information. huh? And the third letter is M. That M stands for modeling. M stands for modeling. Okay, modeling. If we can define modeling is a stick modeling, uh, which are which are having the 3D objects, uh, which physically we can see. Physical objects are there, which we can see in any software, any 3D software we can see. Okay, so that is called modeling. Modeling is the arrangement of those members as per the design. uh, So that modeling. So BIM is basically building information and modeling. So all these uh, letters cover tell about BIM. Okay. Now many departments are there in civil engineering, or say in some detailing company will be there, which are having these BIM departments right now. Okay, who are working on models, Tekla models or say Revit models are there. So they are working on this department now. Okay. So did you understood this? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any doubts you have in this?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Any doubts in this?
No, sir.
Okay.
सर कोणीतरी
Huh?
मेसेज केला वाटतं ह्याच्यासाठी लेक्चरसाठी लेक्चरसाठी कोणीतरी मेसेज केलाय
Okay.
ग्रुपवर.
Okay. 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 Let them join. No issue.
हॅलो.
We are actually already recording this thing. Huh? हॅलो. तर आपण ते रेकॉर्डिंग शेअर करूया नंतर,
ओके सर.
आणि ज्यांचे मिस झाले असेल त्यांना
हां.
ते मिळेल. ओके,
हॅलो. हो हो चालेल सर.
ठीक आहे ना.
चालेल सर.
So that was beam. This beam concept is getting more uh, publicity, gaining more publicity now in civil industry or steel detailing industry. more softwares are coming up. Okay? 3D modeling softwares are there, which are coming up in this BIM, or coming under this BIM thing. Okay. So our next concept is, so next thing is collaboration. I'll just open the slide. Now we will see project life cycle and how at different level this Tekla will collaborate with different parties, okay, who are working together for a project. Okay, so we call it as an open collaboration. Open collaboration. So what happens in this open collaboration, that Tekla is associated with different parties who are working together for a project, certain project. Different parties. So what are these different parties are? Like your designing party is there. One who, designing party means one who is designing the project. Okay. The party who will be designing this project, or the architect for a civil, say RCC building is there. For that, architect will be there who will be designing the building. So architect, a designer, he will be a start point of that project. For any project, he will be the start point. Okay. So what is this project life cycle? Life cycle we will see here. Okay. Project life cycle, there will be a start point of certain project. So project will start here, say, and there will be an end point. Okay. So start point means where project will start, where your project will start. So it will start from designing. Okay. So your project will start from design. So it will be designer. So that party will be called as designer. Okay, designer or architect. Okay, designer or architect. That party will be called as designer or architect. Okay, so here your project will be getting started. Okay, and then he will be preparing some drawings for the another party. Okay, or the detailer, or who will be making the drawings. Okay, drawing area. So this design information will be provided to the detailer. Detailer, okay. So what is the work of detailer is drafting. Drafting or preparation of shop drawings. Shop drawings or fabrication drawings. Okay, shop drawing or fabrication drawings. This will be prepared by the detailer. Okay. So detailer will be taking care of drafting of shop drawings, fabrication drawings, and the list will be there. Some reports we call it as. Okay, reports. Fabrication drawing reports. This will be provided by the detailer to the shop. So this information then will go in the shop. Shop. Okay. So in shop, this is called fabrication. Shop or fabrication shop. And here they'll be having an activity like cutting, welding, and assembly. Okay, cutting, welding, assembling, all these activities will be there in this fabrication shop. And then after all this work is done, then this assemblies will be uh, what you call these assemblies will be transferred or transported to the site. So your next area is site. So site erection. Okay, inside erection will be there. In that uh, all this material, which we call it as a material, this we call it as a material. So all this material will be erected on site. Okay, erection site. So all this material will go in erection site, and it will be erected to uh, to make it as a building, or to make that building, or physically you can see that building getting erected at site. So site is your endpoint of that project, of this project. In project life cycle, your designer will be the start point, and a site will be the end point or the end product of the uh, your project. Okay, so this is what your project life cycle will look like. And Tekla structures, it gives the support in this area. Okay, Tekla. Okay, so Tekla is here. We are giving Tekla is giving service here in this detailing area. Okay, and what Tekla is doing, it is doing the open collaboration with all these parties. These are the various parties like designer, uh, fabrication workshop, and site. So Tekla is doing collaboration with all these parties. These three parties, Tekla will be what you call it will be collaborating with them for queries. Okay, there will be some queries will be there, or some questions will be there from them, or from them, or in case from them some queries will be there. So these queries will be uh, handled by Tekla. Okay, or this drafter. So they are having this open collaboration with all these parties, and they are having some tools in Tekla which will be taking care of that uh, collaboration. Or we are having some file formats like IFC, or some file formats are there which can be exchanged to software which are available here. or some file formats which can be reviewed in there. Like here there are NC machines are there, CNC machines. So some report files can be checked in that CNC machines. Some models can be reviewed at site directly. We are having some format here, and even some formats are there which a designer can review our model. Okay, there at design office. Okay, so this is what we call it as an open collaboration. Now, if previously, if you will see, there were manually drawings were being made. Okay, so now I will just explain about the how this system has evolved from single user to multi user. Okay, that we will see now. Okay, so this project life cycle is clear to you now. Hello,
Yes, sir.
it is clear, no? Project life cycle.
Hello.
Hello.
हाँ sir.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Okay, next we will see how all this started. How this detailing has been started from from old old days, how it was performed, and till date, how what all advancement has been done in that. Okay, so previously, if we see, or in your engineering, this thing, colleges also, maybe you had a drafting thing like sheets were there. Okay, sheets will be there. Okay, so earlier we used to draft sheets with hand. So there were no software that time. So handmade drafting was there. So that was, I think, way back in 30 to 40 years before, we had a manual drafting thing. Huh? So at that time, say 10 to 5 years, 10 to 5 years time was required. 10 to 5 years time was required for completing a project. Okay, 10 to 5 years time was required for completing a project. So uh, in that only one person was working. Okay, only one person was working for 10 to 5 years, and he used to complete that project. And if you see the older projects, uh, just I will just hold for a moment. Okay, then so that was long years back. We had a manual drafting going on, which took 10 to 5 years time. Say this is for just an example I'm giving you. So this was done by manual drafting. Manual drafting. Okay. After that, there was more software development going on. Okay, so all this designing work was done on software part. So many, not many, only one single software was there, or that was called AutoCAD, uh, which took control of this drafting area or drawing area. And what happened? He that AutoCAD gave some shortcuts, or some tools are there in AutoCAD, which did you which you uh, your time was there, which was saved in that due to some tools in AutoCAD, like scaling. For example, if some example I want to give, then it will be of scaling. Like earlier in manual drafting, if you have to scale, then it was not possible to scale it, because once your sheet is drafted, you cannot scale it again. Okay, So now what AutoCAD has done that in AutoCAD we will be able to scale that, or we can do changes in later stage even after preparation of your drawing. If there are any changes, then we can easily modify the drawing. Hmm. But that is not the case in the manual drafting part. Okay, so this AutoCAD software part gave us control over the modifications, more control over the modifications. Okay, so because of that software development, this time was reduced, say 5 to 1 years. Okay, cut kar 5 to 1 years time. हाँ, it was reduced to 5 to 1 year. So this was when AutoCAD came. Okay, so your project time was reduced to 5 to 1 years, for example. But still, in AutoCAD, there was only one person working. Hmm. Later, AutoCAD introduced a multi-user type of platform, like say there are 10 guys working on a single drawing, and that drawing will be kept in the server somewhere, and later it will be merged to one single drawing. Okay, so what exactly that multi-user type of system did, that it made uh, a revolution in this civil industry by reducing this time to further. Okay, this time reduced further by adding multiple users to work on a single file. So what this has done, like say this is a project area, or this is a project building. Okay, I will just divide it in 5 parts. 5. So this will denote the a number of years a single user will take to complete this project. Okay, so 1 year he will work here, 1 year here, second, third year he will work here, fourth year here. So like this, say it will take 5 years for a single person. So what multi-user has done, say if I divide these areas to 5 persons, hmm, so 5 people will work individually in these parts, different parts. So what will happen? This took 1 year, 1 year each. Okay, but if I'm employing 5 people for 1 year, they will complete this area in 1 year, all these areas within a year. So what happened? This 5 years time was reduced again. Okay, so the technical team or the management, they came up with the solution that we can divide this between different users. Okay, so some project will be divided in different users, so that that project will that time will be reduced. Okay, so now what happened, now what happened, this because of that multi-user type division, or multiple users were able to work, this time was reduced to 1 year now. Okay, so project time was reduced to 1 year because of multi-users. Okay, so AutoCAD was the first software which introduced this multi-user system through XREF. Okay, there was XREF. If we can check on the net, you can see XREF is one system. With this tool, many different users can work on a single file. There is a system of working here. So this was introduced in AutoCAD, and then there was after 2000. Um, after 2000 means after 2000, there were many multi-user based software which were using those techniques, multi-user techniques. So Tekla is one of that software who use that multi-user system. There are many other softwares which are using this multi-user technique. for modeling. Okay. Then later what happened? Later again this management or the client or who all the intellectuals are there who found out that even this 1 year can be reduced because they found out some areas where the project this year this time was unnecessarily getting increased. So they found out some areas like say emailing, some queries are there. So queries time, how queries time will be reduced. So they found out that this queries times can be reduced by reducing the mail, okay, mail time. So again mailing time was reduced then. Huh? So because of this multi-user system, then this multiple users are working. So this 1 year's project later again it was reduced to 1 month, say in within 1 month's time. So now currently we can see that projects will be uh, projects will be going for 1 month because there are say 20 members or 30 members, 30 users working on a single model. So this project should be completed in 1 month. Okay, 1 month. Within a 1 month or 2 months time, your project should get over. So that is the requirement currently in the industry. But some projects are there which needs more time. But this is general criteria where some small model is there, which will be completed within a month or two. Okay. So accordingly, your resources will be employed on that model, and that model should be targeted within a month or two. Okay. Then they found out that even this month can be reduced by unnecessary say mails are there some like in project life cycle we saw earlier there are collaboration needs to be done between the other different parties. Like if there is some in shop in workshop, if they found out some mistake in the drawing, so while cutting some member they found out some mistake is there, then they will raise a query through a mail to the detailer. Okay. Or say in site, if something is there in site, something they found out in site, that query they have raised to shop. Okay. So what will happen, they will send a mail generally. So general way of working is some mail will be sent from a site to workshop. So say it will take say 1 day from site to workshop. Okay. They will send a mail from site to workshop. From workshop to again they will check, the workshop people will check that it is valid, it is their mistake or is it a mistake of a detailer. So again they will check. So for checking again this will take 1 day, and for replying and checking again say 1 day is required, and again they will mail here to the detailer. Okay, this is a detailer Tekla. So again here he will check, detailer will check, he will take 1 day. Say if this query is from design, okay, some mistake is there in design, then again it will go to the designer or architect. He will mail those details to him, he will check, study, and he found out that there are some mistakes with architect. So again 1 day time is gone. So now you can see here 4 days are gone here. Again after replying this query, again they will study, and again they will reply here, they will reply here. So this way again this process will go on. So 4 days are gone already, so again more 4 days will be going. So this is like unnecessary time is going in that query. One single query can disturb your 1 week at least. Okay. So here 8 days are gone, so you can see that at least your 1 week is gone in that query. So if there are more queries are there, so you can imagine the kind of time it is taking, okay, to solve that query, to resolve that query. So this cost us a 1 week time. Cost 1 week time means, by this what I'm saying, that our 1 week is gone from your project. Okay, so this is a non-production time which has been getting added in that project. Okay, so 1 week is gone from that project, and you are lost. uh, this is loss, this is loss for your project. Okay, 1 week is lost. Because why I'm telling 1 week is lost, because you have to submit on some certain dates. Certain dates are there, so 1 week is lost means you are in crunch. Huh? So to avoid this 1 week time, so this can be done through some tool. Okay? So what Tekla has done to avoid this kind of messy situation, what Tekla has done, Tekla has developed a tool called Trimble Connect. Okay, Trimble Connect. What Trimble Connect will do, it will upload the model on cloud. Okay, okay, it will upload the model, and we can give a limit, like say hourly. So every 1 hour there will be a backup going on from your model to cloud. So we no need to send the model now through FTP or mail, or say queries. If any queries are there, they the site people or the shop people, they can just open this tool and they will review, and then and there itself, and they will sort out the issue. Huh? If that issue is small, which can be sorted out just by looking at that model, then they will resolve it. If it is necessary, then only they will send a mail. Hmm? So that unnecessary time was there, it is now gone because of this tool. So now your 1 month schedule, it is again crunched to 1 week now. Now modeling time is reduced to say 1 week. Okay, so now new clients are there who are asking the model to be done in a week. Okay, so now you can see what has happened over the span of time. Because of all this development, your time has reduced now. Okay, modeling time has drastically reduced to 1 week now. Okay, but there is certain limit, it can't go beyond this thing. So 1 week is the least possible way which can be modeled. Okay, within a 1 week. Okay, so did you understood this concept? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then next we will see how Tekla works in the background. Okay, like all the applications, you will be having a screen, a layout. Screen layout will be there visible in your, on your laptop or on your desktop. You'll be seeing a screen. Okay, 3D, or that application screen will be visible to you. But while saving or while opening the model or saving the model or doing certain tasks, some activities will be performed in the background. Okay, or in that certain servers or certain servers will be linked to your model. Okay, so some activity will be going on there while you are modeling. So it is very important for us to know what kind of activity is going on the background of that application, because sometimes there will be some error, so you should be aware of that activity, background activity. So we'll see what kind of activity is there. So I will just first explain you uh, how Tekla structures models are being stored, where they are stored, and how they are getting connected. So I will just draw a sketch here. Okay, this way. This is a server. Okay. This I will call it as a storage storage server, right? So here your models will be stored, M1, M2, M3. So there will be some drive later will be there. In that drive, say you will be having some projects folder. Use projects, and under this project folder, you will be having these models. All these models will be listed in that directory. This is the directory structure of your server. Okay. Some drive will be linked, mapped or linked. I will call it as a mapping. We call it as a mapping. So what happens in this mapping, that some network drive will be there. Okay, this will be in the network. Okay, uh, some in the network some storage will be there where it is having a large capacity of hard disk, and all your data will be getting saved there in the single system. Okay, so this will be the storage point of your Tekla. Okay, or many other applications will be there who will be storing on this area, on this system. Okay, then there is one more kind of server. We call it as a multi-user server. Okay, what exactly is this multi-user server is? This will give the access to different users. Say, like I explained in my previous this thing, that there are multi-users who are working on a single model or single file. So now our current system is like multi-users will be working. So to give access to those multiple users, there is a one application which is called a DOS application. I don't know if you are aware of that. DOS. Okay. Earlier, our before this Windows, we are having this DOS platform. Okay. So DOS is nothing but it is a black screen like application is there. Black screen will be there, and you will be able to type in that commands will be written. Okay. So all the working commands will be written in the written form. Okay. So earlier we know that before Windows, all things were done through written. Okay, writing. Commands will be like opening a explorer or anything. So all will be done by writing a command. Okay. So this DOS window will be there here. Okay, which will be taking care of the users or giving access to the users. Like for example, here I will show user one, user two, user three, user 4. So all these are users are there. Say this is team 1. So like that there will be team 2, team 3. Different teams will be there who will be connected through this common server. So this is a common server. Common server for connectivity with Tekla projects or Tekla models. These are the Tekla models. Okay. Tekla model. So this common server will be connecting to this Tekla models and connection will be provided to these users. Okay. So these users, when they are opening any model, so what will be done in background? What is happening that it will ask a permission. Your system will be asking a permission to this server. Then this server will give access to the model, these models. Okay, and then this model will be visible to sorry. Then this model will be visible to user one. Okay, so user one, on user one screen, he will be able to see the 3D model here. Okay, so after establishing of connection, say it will take some time to establish that connection, say 15 or 20 minutes. Okay, 15 to 20 minutes. After 15 to 20 minutes time, this user one will be displayed with that model. So all those model contents will be displayed, like building, all the connections, framework, all those things will be displayed in that user one system. So it will take some time to open that model. Right? It will depend on the size of that model. Like very big models are there, which are taking say 1 hour, 1 hour or 2 hours. It will depend on the size of that model. So generally, small models will take 15 to 20 minutes to open that model. Okay. So between this time frame, 15 to 20 minutes, this model will be locked, locked by this server. Okay. Why? Because user one is opening that model. So this 15 to 20 minutes time, this model will be locked. Locked by multi-user server. Okay. So after this connection is established with user one, then this lock will be removed for other people to access. So once this lock is removed, then they can access. So, but uh, everyone cannot open at single time. So they have to open in one by one. Okay, one user at a time. They have to open. Okay, so all users can't open a model in one go. Okay, they have to open one by one. Hmm? Open the model one by one. Or what happens if they are trying to open all the users at once? Then that model will get corrupted. That model will get corrupted. So that's why the model should be opened sequentially, like first user, after then user two, user three, like this. Hmm? So model opening. So this will be done by the done for first is opening model. Opening a model, you have to do that activity like one by one. You have to save. Sorry, open. Second will be saving. For saving also, same thing you have to do, like one by one you have to save all at once. If you are going to save, then this uh, connection will be lost or the model will be corrupted. Okay, so all the users has to save one at a time. Okay, then third will be numbering. So numbering is what? It is an activity where numbers are assigned to the modeling objects are there. So numbers will be assigned to those objects. So in this also, while numbering also their connection will be established here. Okay, because all the model members are getting updated. So that is the reason this even this numbering time also they have to save sequentially. So again, these three activities are very important where we are using this system, this kind of system in the background. This will be done in the background, but generally a senior person will know this system settings, or maybe a IT person will be there who will be taking care of all these things. Okay. Okay. Generally, a IT person will be there who will be looking after all these things. It will depend on the company. So some company, maybe sometimes a senior person from a Tekla has to handle all these things. If there is a IT person dedicated to this activity, then he will take care of these things. Okay. So is this clear? This thing. Once you are working in some company. So practically you will understand this thing while you are working on that project. Okay? Now you can just memorize all these things, okay, for your information. Okay, this is clear. Hello, this concept is clear for you?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts in this?
No, sir.
Mhm.
No, sir.
So next thing we will learn now. Next thing is the interface. So there are different kind of interface in Tekla structure. So what these interface are, what different interfaces are available in Tekla, that we will see now. So this is what this is a Tekla structures. So in Tekla structures, okay, first we have a model interface. Model interface, and then we have a drawing interface. Okay, so these two interfaces are available in Tekla. Um, so all your work is related to these two interfaces. There is nothing beyond this. Okay, so this will be having some elements, and in that drawing area, there will be some drawings will be there. Different kind of drawing types will be there. So we'll be looking. I will just tell you which kind of drawings are available there and what elements are covered in the model. Okay, in model there is like beam, okay, column, then say plates. These are the elements which are available for modeling a building, okay, or a structure. Bolts, welds, okay. So these are the basic elements required for the modeling in Tekla structures, okay, in modeling interface. So these are available in the modeling interface. Then there is cuts are there, and connections. Connections are there. So these are the basic type of thing elements which are available in Tekla structures, which are used for doing a modeling or a 3D modeling. You can do with these elements. Okay, these are basic elements. So this was about the modeling interface, and then we will talk about drawing interface. Now in drawing interface, we will see what kind of items are available here. Here in drawing interface, we'll be having a erection drawing. Erection drawing. Okay, so that type for this is G. Stands for the GA drawing. Okay, erection drawing or GA drawing. We can say it as a GA. GA means general arrangement drawing. Okay, it will be a layout. Say if any building you have to show, so it will be shown like a plan and elevation type of format will be there. In that, for example, I will just show you here what is a GA drawing. Say this is a sheet, erection drawing sheet. This is your title block here. Okay, and then there is some notes will be there here, and then here it will be a plan. plan view, or elevation view or a grid view. Okay, any, so later we will see what this exactly means. So all these views will be drawn here. Hmm? So this is the grid. Okay, this is the grid. This is north. Okay, north symbol is there, and there will be dimensions given here. Okay, grid dimensions will be here given. Then if there is some column, some columns will be there, say. Okay, okay, so here we can see this is a column layout. Okay, so column layout plan is there. So generally they will be denoting, this is called a typical erection drawing, in which dimensions will be there, notes will be there, and title block. This is title block. Okay, title block, notes, and your view, plan view, elevation view, grid view, and there are many things. Other things are there. So these are the basic things which are available in the erection drawing. Okay. So erection drawing is nothing but it is a section of a building. Okay, a partial section of a building. Okay, and is understood erection drawing. Did you understood this erection drawing?
Yes, sir.
GA drawing or erection drawing. It is called as a GA or erection drawing.
Okay, sir.
So next is after this erection drawing. After this erection drawing is generated, after that we are generating a assembly drawing. Okay, from the different elements which are available in the erection. Say for example, I will tell you, uh, this is grid A, this is grid B. Okay, and then here there is one member. Is a column. Now GA drawing will give you the representation of that uh, level or that plan. And what assembly drawing is? Assembly drawing will give you the detailed picture of this assembly. This is called the assembly. B1. We call it as a B1. So what information is there in B1? We will see here. Now this is the assembly drawing. I am showing you the assembly drawing now. Assembly drawing, and the type of this drawing we call it as A. In Tekla structure, this type will be shown as this type A type drawing will be available in the drawing list. Okay, here you will be having a beam. Okay, say this beam sketch will be there like this. Say some connection is there here, some stiffeners are there, holes are there. Okay, then if you say there is some welded, something is welded here, some part is welded, some plate is welded. Okay, this kind of sketch will be there, drawing sketch. Then here it will be a BOM, we call it as a BOM, bill of material. Okay, or material list or BOM. So these items which are connected to this assembly, it will be listed here. What all items are there? So this will be say P1, P2, P3, P4, okay, P5. So all this P1 to P5, all these will be listed here, and what kind of material it is there, it will be mentioned here. So this plate P1 will be say some thickness is there, so the thickness will be thickness and this length will be available there in this MTU. So in this bomb, all the information related to this small pieces will be available here in the bomb list. Okay. And then there will be again there will be a title block here, similar to the erection drawing. So this is a title block. Similar to the erection drawing, again we will have a title block here, and this is called the assembly drawing. Typical assembly drawing. This will be B B1. Okay. And so there will be dimensions will be there in this. Different dimensions will be there. Okay. Here also dimensions will be there. Different kind of. You will see when you open it assembly drawing, you will see that there are different kind of dimensions are there, which are required for assembling of these items together. Okay. So this information will be available in your assembly drawing. Okay. So is this clear? So all the listed elements, say here there is B2. So again there will be drawing of B2, B3, B4. So that way all the elements or all the assemblies inside this structure will be covered in your assembly drawings. So there will be list of drawing will be there, starting from 1 to 100, for example. So all those will be listed down in a list. Okay. So that is what we call a assembly drawing. Okay. Is it clear? Assembly drawing. Hello. Did you understood assembly drawing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. These drawings are required on shop. Okay. Generally, these drawings will be required in shop for fabrication. Huh? So again, there is one more type of drawing which is required in shop, like single part. Single part. Okay. The type for this single part is W. For single part, W is used in drawing list. You can see that type will be there for all the single part detail. Now, what is single part? Like from erection, we have extracted one assembly. From that assembly, now this is a erection drawing. From erection, we have extracted a assembly drawing. Okay, this is assembly drawing. Okay. From assembly drawing, we are extracting another kind of drawing which is called part drawing. Now, what this part drawing is, again, here will be a title block will be there, and here this detail will be mentioned here. This gusset. So this is a gusset. So this detail dimensions will be mentioned here, like what are the overall dimensions are. Okay. And some bill of material will be there here or here anywhere. Again, there will be BOM and title block. Okay. Again, there will be a title block and a BOM. Okay. So this is again, you can see here, from erection we extracted a assembly. From assembly, again we are going to a another what you call uh, small element level. From a bigger structure or bigger area, we went to assembly level. Okay, assembly is a limited to that assembly. Okay. Again, from that level, we went to a detail level. Okay, so detailing level wise, we have gone from a big area of erection to a smaller area, that is of assembly. Again from assembly we went to, again it will break up in the single part. Okay, so this will be the part drawings. So all the part drawings will be available of this assembly B1. Okay, so there will be, say, number of sheets will be there, like how many parts are there, those number of part sheets will be there for this assembly, and all the related assemblies there will be a uh, part drawing, this kind of part drawing, or we can call it as a, we will call it as a single part drawing. In Tekla structure they call it as a single part. Okay, so again this part level drawings will be there. This is assembly level drawings, this is part level drawings. Okay, so these drawings will also be generated and will be sent to the shop workshop. Is this clear part for you? So plate level, or if anything is getting assembled in that assembly, so that drawings will be generated related to that assembly part or a single part. Okay, there is another fourth kind of, these are the three basic kind of drawings. There is another fourth kind of drawing which mostly we will be using in the US detailing, okay, or US projects. That is called the multi drawing. And the type of this multi drawing will be M. Now, multi drawing, what is multi drawing exactly means? These are basic drawings. In that, sometimes what happens, your sheet size is very large. Sometimes it happens that your sheet size is very large. Your beam will be very short here. This is a boom, and you have, say, so many blank area is there. Okay, this area is blank, void. So what to do with this area? So what happens generally, uh, in Indian standard or any other British standard, what we do, we'll just scale up this thing will scale up, and we will show it as a bigger thing, this thing display, huh? This beam will be displayed in the bigger scale. Okay, scaling करके. But in US standard, what they are doing, they are keeping this scale as uniform. Huh? And in this sheet, they will be aligning other beams also. Okay, so B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, and B6. So all these B1, B2, all these reports will be listed according to the uh, BOM will be listed according to the number of beams. You will get a report there, or bill of material, and again it will be having a title block. So this is another kind of drawing where certain assemblies, certain group, or certain quantity of assemblies will be clubbed or merged together to avoid the blank space. Okay, so it will cover 6 members. So what happens, your work is getting reduced in that area, or your drawing quantity is getting reduced. Okay, for 6 members you have one sheet, so your drawing quantity is reduced, no? So that's why they have introduced this multi-user type of system. Okay, this is clear. Multi-user system,
Yes, sir.
this generally you will find in the US type of US detailing or US projects. You can find out this kind of multi-users or multi drawings. Okay, which will reduce your, this is what it will do, it will reduce the number of assembly drawings. Okay, so this is these are the two interfaces which are available in Tekla structure. So is this clear now for you, what I've explained here?
Yes, sir.
Shall we move on to the next level? Okay, we will move on to the next area. that is the configuration dialog box. Okay. Now we will be getting little bit closer to the Tekla structures. Okay. So whenever we start the application of Tekla structures, there will be a dialog box displayed to you, or there will be a pop-up displayed to you. We call it as a configuration. Configuration dialog box. So what exactly is this configuration dialog? There will be a logo here. Tekla logo will be available here, and there will be input boxes here. 3 input boxes will be there. Okay, pull down menu is there, and here also pull down menu will be there. Now here there is one item is listed here. There is one item listed here. Uh, there is one item listed here. Okay, now this E stands for the environment. Environment. Okay. There are now currently there are 32 environments are there total in Tekla structures. There are 32 environments. What is environment is? Environment is like you have a standard setting of certain items, like certain steel grades are there, some bolt grades are there, or certain type of connections are there, units are there. Okay, those are given access through this environment. Like for example, I will tell you about US Imperial. There is one environment which will give you access to the US related items or materials, okay, or the member sizes which are related to the US. Like we have some W shapes. W shape. We call sections, cross sections in US as W shape. Okay. W shape means it is like this. I section only. It is the I section, but they call it as a W shape. Okay. Why they call it as a W shape? Because it is having a wide flange. Flange is wide, so that's why they are calling it as a W shape. Hmm. And the designation for this shape will be W8 by 10, okay, or 12, 14, 16, so on. So all this library will be there. This is a shape library or the member library. The library will be available for material. What we call this is a material library. Material library will be available. Then bolt, fasteners library, connection library, welding. Again, there is a library here for different kind of welds. Now, welding library will be common for all. Okay. So generally, we will be following the American code for welding also. In all the other countries, we will be following the same code for welding. So there is no change in welding. Only units will be changing in the weld, but the type of weld will remain same for all the projects. Okay. So welding type will be remaining same. So this is not included in the environment area, but the connection is there. Yes, connection are different according to the different requirements of uh, different projects. Okay, related to US. So we'll be having all these contents available in the US Imperial thing. Okay. Now, like I say, US Imperial, there will be UK also. So again, UK will be having like UB. Their member sizes will be starting from UB, UC, this way. Like here they are using W shape, but here I section will be used at UC and UB. Okay. Again, there are fastenings are there. So this fastening and this fastenings are different. Okay, types are different. Okay, so different types are there. So that's why we are having a different environment. Again, there will be Indian environment, which will be having a library based on Indian standards. Okay. Again, here will be a library. This kind of all library will be there. So different environments will be having the different libraries available for you, for the user. Okay. So this kind of environment, like 32 environments are there today, which are covering Korea, Japan, other different kind of different countries are there where they are using this Tekla structure. Libraries are there. Okay. So according to these countries, there are 32 different environments currently available in Tekla structures. If you can see on the net, you can get that idea about the number of environments. So we can choose from this drop down menu different environments. Okay. US, UK, whatever you are working on, whichever project you are working on, or whichever project your company is working on, it will be listed here. So that environment will be installed there. With Tekla structures, different environment which your company is using, it will be installed in your system. Okay, or who is working, which user is working. So in that user, this environment will be installed. Now this is the area of that project. Like for example, we will say RCC is a concrete rebar, is a concrete area. Concrete, we can see this is concrete related work. Concrete related work. Then engineering, you can see this is a design related work. Drafting, this is detailing related work. Detailing related work, drafting and steel detailer. Steel Steel detailer is detailing kind of work is involved in this. We are designing rebar RCC. So like this, there are different areas of work, okay, which are listed here in the second option. Okay, we can choose our related field and then it will be displayed here. So generally we will be choosing this steel detailing. Okay, for engineering design license, we need a different kind of license for that. Now next is your license. Huh? This is your license type. So this was the area where we'll be working, or where your project, the kind of project we are working, it will be described here. And this license will give you access to certain tools which are available to that specific structure or specific building. Okay, like for concrete, there is a concrete area. So that was the area. Now in license type, there is full. Now in license, what they are doing in license they have restrictions for certain activities in the model. Like in model, there are say uh, two activities are there, like modeling, um, drafting. These are the two basic type of activities, modeling and drafting, which are done in Tekla structures model. Like there is two interfaces are there, so we are working on those two interfaces. So modeling and drafting are the two areas. of this two interface. There is one more additional area where we are having resources. Some resources will be working on modeling, some will be working on drafting. From a single team, some resource will be involved in modeling only, some will be involved in drafting, and some will be involved in checking. So there is one more thing, checking. So these are the three basic types of areas where uh, our team will be working, or Tekla team will be working, or it will be divided based on these three classifications: modeling, drafting, and checking. And our license will be available to these three different uh, areas, or three different type of categories. Okay, so modeling, for modeling they need a full access in model. For modeling, in model, for saving, saving say in model and in drawing. Okay, these are the two areas are there where this team will be working, this team will be working, and this team will be working. Okay, in this model, for a modeling team, they need a full access here. Okay, and drawing also they need a full access. And drafting team, in model they are not working in the model, so here no access. Okay, modeling, here there will be no access, but they can view. No access, but they can view. They can only view the model, but no access in terms of modification. And in drafting they will be having a full access. So what is this full and no access means? Or limited access? Full means you will be able to modify, save in that area, modify and save in that area. Full access means modify and save, both will be there. And sorry, view, modify, and save. These three activities will be performed. Okay, in full mode, you will be performing view, modify, and save. Okay, in drafting area, what will happen? There will be limited access. So in drafting area, there will be a uh, this is a drafting license. This is a full license. In drafting license, again there will be a view, modification, and save. So in modeling area, there will be only viewing access. For drafting team, only viewing access is there. Yes, they can view the model, but for modification, they can't do any modification. So there is no access for modeling for drafting license. Okay, this is license. So this is license type. Saving, no access. They can't do saving in the model. If they can't modify, then they can't save. So saving and modifying is not allowed for a drafter. They can view. Okay, they can view the members in 3D model. And checker, now we'll talk about checker. What I will do here, I will draw a modeling license. See, okay. All these areas here, yes, yes, yes. Hmm. Then we have a drafting license where view, modify and save. Vision model and in drawing. Okay, in drawing also modeling, and the modeler will be able to access the drawing, modify. So all this is access for modeling. Now in drafting, for viewing, yes, there is a access for viewing. Modification, no, there is no access. Saving, no. In drawing area, yes, drafter needs to be working in drawing. So here he can view the drawing, modify the drawing, and save the drawing. Okay. So Y stands for yes and N stands for no access. Okay. Then we will see about checker license. Checker license. So again, here will be three areas: view, modification, and save. Okay. Again, in model and drawing, both the areas. For checker, um, there is no access for checker. Okay. Here also and here also. Okay. Both this area, checker license will be having no access for modification and saving. Okay. Modification, no. Saving, no. Here also, drawing also, modification and saving, no access. But checker can see. Now, what is the use of checker is that he can see the model, he can see, yes. And drawing also he can see. He can open and see. He will not be able to save or modify anything. So this is a limited access given to the checker, drafter and modeler, okay, depending on the work they are doing in that model. Okay. So after you click, select all these areas. So which all areas are assigned to you, those areas you have to select in this configuration dialog box, and then you have to start the Tekla structures. And your Tekla structures will be starting with all these settings applied. Okay. So is this clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? No. So next
Hello.
time, next lecture, we'll be starting with the
Beta.
Tekla structures modeling. Okay. So I will be explaining you the different tools and tools used for modeling. Okay. So we will end this lecture for today here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So we are meeting tomorrow, I think so. I will share the video on the WhatsApp.